Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
How you doing, Paul?
Yeah, very well, mate. Yourself?
Not bad, not bad. You have a good night last night?
I did, yeah. Had a few drinks. Watched the Hootenanny, because I'm old.
Oh, rock and roll. Well, you know, I've been reading posts from last year. I mean, it's crazy. It feels so long ago.
That video you just played at the intro, did I notice a little subtle edit?
Not that I know of.
It looked like the Looper did a little kangaroo backwards and forwards a couple of times. I don't know if he'd done that on purpose.
No, it doesn't need an edit at all. You do that on your own. But no, the racing season is upon us already. 75 days until pre-season training. That's kind of flying on now.
Isn't it?
I haven't even seen the car since we packed it away at October, Flame and Thunder. So now I'm kind of at the point where I go, do you know what? I really should do something.
Yeah, I need to get mine over to Ben's for the cage end of this month. Cage 1 of 2.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So this will be the first time I've seen you since Christmas Eve, wasn't it? It was Christmas Eve where you won the second roll cage in the European Front Wheel Drive Mega Raffle.
It is not a thing, honestly. It sounds like awful to say it, but it's not.
I literally said to Rachel, I was like, as much as it was, I was like, I just hope Paul doesn't win anything. I mean, to be honest, of the odds, it was like I think it was like 381 tickets that had sold, but you had 20 of them. So you still had that. You still had damn good odds of picking up something. So there's a few people popping in: Lee, Matt, Noel, Martin. Everyone's saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
First of all, obviously, we're going live. We're going to be trying to do this every couple of weeks. We'll feature a racer or racers. Today, it's just going to be one single racer. It's just going to join me and Paul. First of all, can I ask anyone that's watching to like this video and share it for us? And then the more people we get watching these, they'll know that we'll be doing them every 2 weeks. And hopefully get more and more people watching them. If you get featured on the show with no name. We do not have a name for this yet.
No,
we've been throwing them a few round, haven't we?
I still like talk.
Talk. All the talk.
Some talk.
Or there was bench. We were trying to work out a name around the bench racing sort of thing, but then that wouldn't work as much when we go into the racing season. Because obviously at the moment, while we're in the off season and everyone's just doing bits and bobs at home, we're just trying to keep the conversation going. And then when we come to racing, we'll probably say when we come to Easter, we'll do the event, and like a couple of days after the Easter event, we'll probably feature the 2 people who won the classes. I think that's the best way to do it, to pull in some of the racers, basically get people excited about the season. Because you've got, I mean, we're never going to get on the budget of like the Netflix Formula One thing.
Oh no, this is pretty close.
If we can, well, I don't know. Well, if we can get people talking and learning about some of the racers who are going to be coming on, obviously we'll do a little bit of a chat about the up and coming stuff for this season. But first of all, I'll show you a little video. That's a good old picture of Jacob with a flag.
It is, isn't it? It is.
I missed out one of the photos. I'm gutted. One of the photos that I was supposed to be putting in there, which we'll probably have a chat about later, is this one that was supposed to be in there. What's that all about?
That was in the Westie, obviously. Was that after I just blew the loop and I still had paid for track time, so I went down the track anyway?
That could be. It could be. It could have been at Drag Days 2019. Yeah,
I think it might have been. Yeah.
Dear me. Probably the quickest ride of the day.
Perhaps it was GTI or something. It did a good 23. It was all right.
I like that you're all fully safety geared up.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, yeah.
Safety first. Now, obviously, while we wait for Jacob to get himself all sorted. He'll be with us in probably about 5 minutes' time. We'll talk about the 2021 season. Obviously, we're done and dusted, so thank you very much to all of our sponsors from last year. There's the list up on the board. A couple of them are disappeared for this year. We've gained a few new ones as well. So again, as always, thank you very much to all of our sponsors from 2021 as we roll into this year, which is, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the date wrong quite a few times, probably in this show. Because even when I was writing these out, I was terrible at writing them out because I was like 2021, 22. I was like, oh my God. But obviously, we're looking into this year, and you can see, we'll show it on there now. But as you can see, there are our main sponsors for 2022. I'm going to have to slow myself down when I say that. Of course, our main headline sponsors, Hangar 30, Darkside Developments, White Label Consulting and Managed Services, The Car Kitchen, Pro Race Engineering, Arctic Performance, CG Motorsport Performance Clutches, and GP Turbo. So thank you very much to those guys who are our main headline sponsors for 2022. And then, of course, we have our associate sponsors as well: European Front Wheel Drive, Speed Shop Malta, Renegade Racing Fuels, Tracks Ready, Harvey Property Developments, BJ Bates Electrical, ES2 Performance, BJ Speed Shop, and WRP Paint and Restoration. There's still a couple more I need to tie up for this year. So it's going to be a busy old year. But as you can see, prize fund of this year is fantastic. We mentioned in the first video that this year the club are giving away, I want to say over £20,000. It potentially will be over £20,000 that we're going to be giving away in prize fund this year, which I think is pretty crazy.
It's got to be
kind of
close, isn't it? Because there's certainly 8K for heads up, not heads up, for the three classes at drag days.
Yep,
that massive prize pot there, as well as the big 2K prizes for the sportsmen and pro champions.
Yeah. Well, I obviously did the maths, and I know we surpassed 20 grand in prize money. It's just how far further we go on that will determine how many people enter certain events. So it's going to be a damn exciting year.
I reckon so.
Right. Yeah. So there's a few people in the comments are all excited for this year. Just a reminder, because I had completely forgot about it until last night when I think it was possibly Stretch who asked. So who asked in the group about the membership? And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to kind of let people know about that. Or, I mean, we let you know about it after the AGM, but it was kind of forgot to remind you. Obviously, VWDRC memberships for last year are now done and dusted. You will keep your forum access and your Facebook access until the end of January. After that, really hope that you have re-signed up for 2022. You can get your VWDRC membership for £15 until midnight this evening. After midnight, it will go to the new price, which is £25 for your VWDRC membership, or there is the new option, which is £15, which is kind of an associate membership, which basically gets you your, it'll get you some stickers, it'll get you part of the club, and it is also basically your ticket to get into drag days and to pre-season training. So if you're planning on coming along to pre-season training just to watch, then if you're an associate member, literally you'll turn up and show your membership pass at the gate, and Lorraine will go, in you go. Because there are no tickets for that event. It's literally you've got to have a membership and you can come in. Right. So in the comments, Lee Caudry, I'm so excited for this year. I really cannot wait. Kev Ford, is this the Paul Jackson that I love winning a roll cage? Paul Jackson.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's bad. But, your car's off to Hangar 30 anyway, to having your roll cage that you still hadn't done from last year, but you were running last year consistently. You wanted to get the car down into the nines. Now you've done that. It was already booked in January to get your roll cage. And now essentially you're just getting a load of extras done. What are you getting done on the car?
I'm having parachutes, a wing possibly, some other bits and bobs, stage and brake mounts, little switch mounts. I haven't told Ben about these yet, but I'll let him know.
he kind of knows he's got a little bit of extra work to be done. It's no problem.
Yeah. So just some extra bits and balls, make the car a bit safer, a bit better. Get that chute on the back when I crack 150 in a couple of months.
And then obviously some of the stuff we got coming up. Pre-season training on January the 18th. Same as last year, Friday, January the 18th. We did it on a Monday last year, and everyone was like, "Nah, Monday's a bad day. Please do it on a Friday." Then it rolls on to the weekend, and then if people want to do Run What You Brung on the Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember if it's Saturday, Sunday, Run What You Brung that weekend. But it just means you can stay and make a weekend of it. But if you want to get yourself booked in for pre-season training, it's just £75, and that'll get you your track racing for the day. 100 people it's limited to, so as usual it's going to be a nice quiet day. You're going to be able to get loads and loads of laps in, but again, as last year, we will not leave it to the last minute. We'll get to a month before, so once we get to like the 18th of February, if all 100 places have not been sold, I will open it up to any racer from any class, or Run What You Brungers, whatever. Obviously we ideally want this to be full of VWDRC racers, but the bill has to be paid. So if we get to the 18th of February and you've not booked on, then I'll open it up to the first weekend of March is Dial-In Day, in fact. That's the first event of the 2022 season. And I know there's quite a few people signed up for Dial-In Day as well. So I think a number of our racers that are in the comments that are going to be doing Dial-In Day. If you don't know what that is, it's basically Santapod's training day for bracket racing. Go along. You get... It's half and half. So half day on the track, half day in the classroom. They'll teach you about the ins and outs of drag racing, and then you'll go outside and actually do competition. You do some qualifying, and then you'll do some eliminations. And basically, it is the best day. You're going to learn so much about racing on that day. And I really recommend it. And then usually, if someone wins, then they get free entry to a Santapod event as well. So definitely worth it. I love that Ed's one of the people that knows. It says January on the screen. Mason said January. Yeah, March. And also, you don't need to do Dial-In Day in your race car. You can turn up in your daily driver. Just honestly, doing Dial-In Day in your daily driver, like Lee said, Lee did it in his work van or his own van. But the day is about learning how to bracket race. It's not about going for a PB. So if you're going to do Dial-In Day, I suggest don't go in your race car, go in your daily driver and just learn about bracket racing, not go for a PB. Then we've got drag days, which is in June.
Definitely June, yeah. 9th to 10th of June.
Definitely June.
Yes.
I haven't got the date on there, so I haven't got that wrong. So that's perfect. But that's definitely in June.
Yeah.
We've got 40 entries available in each of our classes. We have VWDRC Heads Up. We have VWDRC Index 12, and we have the bracket race class. And if you're going to enter in the racing, then I do have it on here. We have the prize funds available on there for that 2-day event. If you want to come and join us, entry is £225 for the event. That gets you your 2 days racing. If you happen to get knocked out in round number 1, excuse me while I have a drink. If you get knocked out in round number 1 on the Thursday, you can. I'm glad you coughed before me.
Yeah, sorry.
If you get knocked out in the first day, then you can use the second day as like basically Run What You Brung and getting some practice in. But obviously, if you're going for the prizes, then you can see the prizes on the screen just for 2 days racing, which is not a bad bit of money. Quite a few people interested in the class. I know a lot of people are interested in the Index 12 class. And I think that's going to be, we said it before, that's going to be quite an interesting one with a number of our, I don't want to say slow pro cars, but the 12-second pro cars, maybe even some of the 11-second pro cars. But then you've also got your cars from Sportsman, which are like 12-second, 13, maybe 14 seconds. They're going to be in there for a bit of heads-up racing as well.
Should be good, yeah. I'm keen to even watch that just to see how it works. So when we go to Malta, so I can never understand it over there. It's just crazy classes. But hopefully try to get a few hints and tips about it.
They're all good fun. The crazy cat man, John Gallant, says, I'm hoping to make pre-season training, but I'm not sure whether the crew or to try and find a car. I think a race car is definitely on order.
Always trying to find a car, John.
Michael Seif, no, I don't know how to say your surname, but he says, will we be planning to do any events in Melbourne for the Northern lads in the future? There was talk about the Minis versus Beetles being turned into a retro versus modern. Depending on the day that Melbourne do it on, I definitely think there's going to be some of our lads and ladies that might be interested in going up to Melbourne. I went there last year to have a little look at some of the cars and have a look at the track, and it was a nice day out.
It looks good. I think I enjoy watching all the photos of it getting rebuilt and whatnot. It did a cracking job there. Definitely up for going up for the weekend. You know, just to spectate.
Right, Adam Black says, how easy is it for a beginner to join the VWDRC? I've never done a drag day, but I have done many track days before.
Easy. Very easy.
Literally joining the club, go to VWDRC.com. You can find the club shop there. You can get yourself a membership. If you join today, it's just £15. It gets you full membership. That gets you into the Facebook group. It's basically a private group where we put information about events and racing coming up. And then you get your forum, which is where data is kept for a long time. The Facebook group is kind of a quick running group. You'll post something, and within a day, it's a pain in the ass to find. So whereas the forum is there, I literally, here we go. Let's go. I think he's moved outside.
There he is.
Way!
The third quickest guy in the room.
Let's see what we can.
I think I'll find the fastest.
Third quickest.
There we go.
The fastest.
Ladies and gentlemen, so you're in the bus now?
Yep.
I assume you have to drive about 40 miles to get a signal.
Pretty much. That's what you get for living in the middle of
Have you actually? No, he can't drive the bus because he's not legally allowed.
No. Spring chicken.
That's it. You managed to get one of those rules changed with the trailer license, but you still haven't got
I'm working on the other one. I've just got to
the bus license one.
It's all right. Just wait till Ed does a bus license because they're about to change it a week later. Go and get Ed to go and book himself in for an HGV test. It'll all be free.
Oi. I wouldn't be happy then. Now, obviously, Jacob, you're probably you are the longest serving out of the three of us. You started racing, I saw you at Bug Jam when you were driving this car. Which do you know how hard it is to find a photo of that car?
Yeah, it's because it was stealth.
Even on your Facebook, there's that one photo and that's it.
Did you try the MV developments?
No.
Oh, my signal's struggling out here.
Oh dear.
Useless.
Well,
obviously, Jay, you started off with the R32 Jetta.
No, R32 Golf.
To start off with. Oh, R32 Golf. Sorry.
I did. Wasn't
it like the first? Didn't you have an R32 in that before the R32 was actually available?
No, not quite. I had the DSG in that before the DSG was available in this country. So it was the world's first DSG conversion. It was about the third R32 conversion in the world. First DSG ever done, 2005. Did it for track days, obviously. Then sort of went from track days. I started drag racing quite quickly because it was quite fast. Came out of the box running 12s. I started stripping it off, taking all the weight out, and then I kind of got as far as I could, which was fairly quick, around 12.3. Decided I wasn't going to get anywhere, so I thought I'll go back and do track days now. I went to the first corner, put my foot on the brake, and the back end tried to overtake me. And turns out if you cut everything out of a car, they're completely structurally instable. So I then needed a car. It was really light at the back as well, so I thought, you know what, I'll buy a car with more weight over the rear. Hence the reason I went and bought a Jetta. Put a cage in it and stuck me sitting in the back seat. And the rest is kind of, is what it is.
That's it. The Jetta has proper evolved. Looking at some of the photos, this is kind of. That's not the earliest photo I could have found, but that's still like. In fact, we go 2013 with the naked ladies on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking back to when I first met you, Jacob, because you were running 12 then. The jet has changed like so much.
I mean,
But
you cleaned it up. You cleaned it up for 2014. Took a load of the stickers off. Then we kind of went piratey on the top. I think that's last year. I mean, it's had loads of different looks. I mean, there you had what we called the twinter coolers.
Yeah.
Which
good. Got me into the tens with those.
Yeah, and then obviously now you've gone to this kind of look. I think that's the photo by Pudge.
That's a cool picture, isn't it?
That's the best it's ever looked. Once that one morning before I used it, he just managed to get a good angle at that one.
It's as if you parked it perfectly and went, just someone take a photo of it tonight, please.
What happened there was I pushed it back off the trailer, and when it still had the spool in it, the wheels locked over. It wedged itself in place, and I went, you know what I do? I'll come back tomorrow. I drove home for the night, came back, and found these pictures online. I was like, hello, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
No, that's it. I mean, it looks just as good on the track as well.
Thank you. Yeah, that's still the little tyres. I went this one's struggling for traction. So I put a diff in it, a proper grown-up diff. Put some wider rubber on, and all of a sudden my terminals rocketed. I had grip for second gear on this.
So the diff is obviously making a massive difference.
The diff, it didn't make me go any faster. No, it didn't. It's no faster with the diff than it is with a spool, but it's nice to drive now. It was the most hideous thing ever having a spool.
You thought my car's bad to push around the pits. I used to hate pushing yours. Just round this corner.
I just hate pushing mine now.
18-point turn to park it. Ridiculous.
Everything about it was horrible.
Well. Even getting it like out your drive was a pain, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I couldn't turn around outside my house. There isn't the space to do that 18-point turn here. I've got maybe a 3-point at best, but now it's lovely. It's amazing the difference that made.
Just need someone to knock a fence down for you, make some more room.
Yeah, there's a few I could clear out.
Did you ever break any CVs or drive shafts during a run with the spool and still do a run?
No. I only ever broke one. I broke one CV on it, I think. The drive shafts have been amazing. They were built by Lee. I mean, one of them is definitely starting to show it's sort of abuse. There's a bit of a twist in it, so it's getting slowly shorter and shorter as it winds itself up. But to be fair, Lee cut and shut those. He did a hell of a job. The amount of abuse they've had, and the CVs are held up. I moved it Mark IV CVs, outers, and inners, and it's worked. So I've been quite lucky. I have driven it back to the pits I did drive it back to the pits several times when something else went wrong, and I ended up with one-wheel drive. All of a sudden, it was nice to go around corners. And it was good. It was much better. I remember you did a one-wheel run on yours, didn't you? You did a one-wheel run in the major one. That had crabbing up the track.
I did it a few times. I think the most memorable one actually was when I raced. One of the only times I ever got to race you in the Mark II was doing a run what you run, and I broke a drive shaft in the burnout. But because I was racing you, I was like, I'm going to send it anyway, and it nearly put me in the wall.
Did you win?
No, because I didn't go off the start line. Literally just went straight to the side. But because it was you, I decided to race. Well, there was that, and I was 20 valves, so I was never going to win.
Excuse me.
It has been quite funny between you two this evening because of this year or last year.
Yeah.
Last year, obviously you both broke down. You both broke down into the lines. One of you is quicker on ET. One of you is faster on speed. I think that's the way you say it, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The drag racing is definitely about going fast. Oh no, wait! It's about getting there in the shortest time.
No, but you see, he's like 0.01 of a second. He's managed to get there first. How many mile an hour? Loads. All of them.
It could cross the line at 3 miles an hour. It don't matter. It still got there first.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm with Paul here on this, since I'm the fastest.
Well, you are way back there, aren't you?
That's it. But it's going to get quicker and quicker, I'm sure. Now, obviously, over the years, you have been driving quite a lot. I was flicking through your Facebook. So some of these cars. Remember this beast?
Oh, yep.
50
That's the
pounds,
engine. The engine from that is currently in Mark Street.
Yeah. Now that's
the one we put. Go on, you tell it.
Go on, I was going to say during that's the engine we put 200. Was it 200 horsepower nitrous through?
We did 200s. I mean, it probably wasn't in reality. It was geared up for 200 shots, but I think the bottle pressures were down on the day because it was quite a cold day. So it was probably more like 275s in reality. But yeah, one on the full throttle, it hit switch as you nailed it, and then the second one on the horn push on the steering wheel. And then we went back to the Russell with it.
That's it. And then we took it into Dizzy Rascals as well. That was probably the scariest ever. But didn't that car cost you like 50 quid?
It was £50.
It was, 50 quid VR, wasn't it? Yeah.
50 quid
you
for
never
the
get
car.
those these days.
And then you won Bug Jam. Did you win Bug Jam or get to the semi-final, which paid for the car?
There wasn't Bug Jam. It was another one because I've never got that far at Bug Jam. I've only done slightly better than you. But I did. I definitely got money out of it after the event.
Might have been national finals.
Yeah, it could have been. I've won that one a couple of times. That's my lucky one. When the pressure's on end of the year, I seem to do okay.
That's it.
But
that was a good old car.
That car was a good car. That was a bargain from Abby. It was a sort of, she said, a non-runner. I came and got an alternator from you, bolted it on, fired it up, took out the aircon pump that was seized, a few other bits and pieces, bolted on some nitrous, and then went to GTI Festival and was silly for a bit.
Yeah.
And then GTI Festival, you were the poster boy for many, many years with Smokey Joe.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, that was a good one. I only had that car for a short time. I had that on the road. That was just a AC engine. Changed the cams in that to KR, get a few more revs, and smoke everywhere, every time.
Yeah, that's it. And then I specifically remember that day there because I had my Mark III VR6, and it was almost like top. It was like Top Gear because every time we were in the pairing lanes, I'd come down into the pairing lanes, I'd stop, and you'd drive into the back of me. Sorry, brakes don't work.
Little nudge, are you moving?
But yeah. So on to the Jetta. This year, good year for you?
This year possibly is the best year yet, I think. I mean, the progress it's made. I did blow an engine. I melted a piston at the start of the year. So it was off to a bad start. It was a freshly built engine as well. I was hoping to do well, but no. I think it was the first event I melted a piston. Went home, found a few bits and bobs lying around, found another engine I'd had sort of keeping just in case. Built that one up, put it back in, and sort of gingerly started. I mean, we're learning to map now. Not to map properly, learning to tweak the map, learning to do things, learning to understand what ECU does. And yeah, changing that, getting advice from Ed on it. Everyone else who I can, anyone who listens or answers my questions, I'll listen to. And yeah, we progressed. I started the year with the 10.2, I think was my PB coming into this year, 10.23. And it got, I struggled to get much faster, again, the grip, and eventually the tires arrived. They took a long time to arrive. I think I ordered them at the tail end of last year, and they took a long time to come in. When they eventually came in,
taking months.
Yeah, they did. But that was the difference between mid-10, it suddenly went 9s. All it was grip. And then once I got the first 9, I decided muck around with the nitrous a bit. Instead of just running the nitrous off boost, let's have nitrous and boost. See what happens. Now it turns out 9.7 at 153 is what happened, which was a bit of a shock.
It's not much.
That I wasn't expecting.
9.7 what?
9.7, that's all it counts. I don't think no one worries about the next place.
They do.
No.
I certainly don't. But no, it is getting quicker and quicker. Now, obviously, engine-wise,
That's it.
obviously it's not a stock engine anymore.
There it is.
There it is. It's
No,
looking good.
it's evolved from a stock engine. I mean, there's still quite a few stock bits in there at that stage. Still stock pistons, stock head with a spacer. A few ARP bits and pieces lying around, and a big turbo. That's your lot.
That's your lot, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it is a pretty simple recipe. It's a pretty cost-effective recipe until now. So yesterday, I think sure it was yesterday, I went to pro race, dropped off the engine that I'd melted the piston in. They're going to bore that out. So we'll have a few more CCs. I'm going to go for piston this time, make it a bit tougher. All goodies. I mean, they've got everything there I need. So we'll bolt it all back together for the start of this year. New engine, new power, new map. See what comes of it.
No.
It'll either blow up and I'll cry. Or it might go faster. There's a number to chase now. There's a number that when it was done was so far out of reach, it was never going to happen.
I know exactly what number you're talking about.
Yeah, I bet you do.
And I believe it's 955, which would be quicker than 956.
Yep.
That's
and
it.
the thing is, though, we're not interested in that second digit, are we? So,
No. So we just go straight to 9.4.
So we need at least a 9.4.
And the thing is, if you're going for a 9.4, that's what Paul's going for. He's going for a 9.48.
Yeah, but he's probably doing his at 4 miles an hour. What's the 9.48? Who's got that? Is that Tippy Mike?
That's our bet.
That's our bet, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
This is where Luke.
Chapter, is it, gents?
I love 20-mile turbos tattooed over his chest in massive letters.
That's it. And he's going to get a nice
Respect
sex
the
toy
size of
tattoo. Yeah, face.
Under the eye.
a little tear.
Just a little tear.
A little tear. And can you get another 20 valve in there?
just a little tear. A little tear and number 5 cylinder. Just crying for number 5.
That's it. But obviously, I think there was the New Year's post yesterday, and obviously you mentioned you wanted to be the UK's fastest VW front-wheel drive. You've got your eyes on the Jetta one as well. Then obviously Lee Ross chimed in and said he's hoping to be out in bug jam time, sort of as well.
Hey.
Yeah, he's on the same build schedule as Vos.
Oh,
is he? Oh,
hang on.
Oh, he always is.
Vos is not on a schedule. He's on a whim. He's just going to turn up at some point. There's no schedule there. There's no...
Exactly.
And if it ever gets okay, I said door slam is 19, just scrub that out. Like, etch a sketch plan. Start again. We'll just put another date in, another vague date.
But every time he shakes it, that's his original plans for the car going as well, and he starts over. So
better start
the design goes.
I'll put the engine back in the front now.
Yeah, he's nearly there with that one, so it's time to finish it.
That is, yeah, it is. I mean, he is getting close, but you know, we all feel pretty confident. So
yeah, I'm definitely.
He'll be confident that you're going to have a crew for the next year. Yeah.
I mean, he better not surprise us.
No, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
I mean, we'd have a heart attack if he did. That's not just a surprise. That's a full-on shock.
Yeah.
You imagine just get into the pod and Vos is just like driving past you, goes through near him. What?
So you'd be like, is that? No, can't be.
Must be another yellow one. Sure it is.
Yeah. There's Haley's
Has
comment.
that green one been painted? Is that what it is?
He's got a green polo.
Matt, well, he's got the same cage.
Another green polo 2-door saloon going around.
Ah, yes.
Derby.
No, 2-door saloon
Is
polo.
it Derby or I can't remember.
It is a Derby.
That's it. Yeah, because Vos has even incorporated the R in his name now because Derby. He's trying to come onto your pirate kind of scheme.
Yeah, we'll team up soon. double pirates.
Double pirates.
That sounds like a wicked film.
Two
Enough
pirates,
of
one car.
Brokeback Mountain.
Bad boys.
Brilliant. So I definitely think you should be getting a bet on with Lee.
No.
Because you're unbetted at the moment. You're unbetted at the moment.
Unbetted, unbeaten. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
you're definitely unbeaten.
I have to pick it carefully, which is how I've managed to do this so far. Some sensible choices. And yeah, I'd have to think about what the bet could be, because he'll come out faster. It will come out faster. It's a matter of when he comes out is my only hope. That it's further away than before I get the record.
The thing is, he went to go DSG. Now he's come back to H pattern. Then he's obviously sticking with the R32 engine. I know he's got a bigger turbo now. Obviously, he sold a lot of the stuff off, so he's having to start all again. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
well, I mean, the build he did of the last
will be
one,
quick.
It will be. Look at what he achieved last time. Look at the thing he made. It was amazing, wasn't it? So it's a shame it didn't work out fully to plan, but he'll do it again, and he'll do it. I mean, the Audi he's building, it's a nice looking thing. It's got all the right bits. It doesn't take shortcuts.
Now, are you planning on doing the pre-season training?
I don't know yet. I mean, I've got to wait for Bill to take the car. I've got to wait for various things. Oh, my battery's going to run out. How's that happened? That's all right. Yeah, I've got to wait for it when I get the engine back together, when I can get it in for mapping, stuff like that. I'll see how that goes, and then if I know when it happens, and I can take the time off, go for it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, because I'm probably going to get the car back till mid to the end of February. It doesn't give me long. It needs to get quite a bit done, wiring, a few bits and bobs. I'll go just for the crap, really. Get the RV out.
Well, that's it.
Bit, you know.
Well, you got the membership, so it means you can just turn up, show your membership card,
absolutely,
roll on in. Well, that's cool.
What day of the week's it on?
Friday.
Okay. Yeah, so I could likely do something. I mean, I'll probably book the day off, get that just booked in the in the work calendar, and then worst case, just rock up and watch. See some people.
That's what I'm planning doing if the car isn't ready. There's a spare bed in the lap.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Once you've fished all the mice out of it, yeah.
That's good, because he's parked next to me. So the mice go to his truck and to his meth lab, and not to my truck.
There won't be any mice, not with the amount of cheese I put in Luke's bus.
Well, luckily the bus is gone, and now we have a truck. So your cheese is long gone.
Sure, there's some cheese.
Yeah. But no, that's cool. Well, like I said, it was good to start off this year with a little chat with just one of our racers. Like I said, what we'll plan to do is probably every 2 weeks, we'll pull in a couple of racers. We'll do exactly the same. We'll chat to them, get to know them a little bit more, try and build up a profile on some of our racers. And then hopefully some of the people that are watching this who may not be VWDRC members, they may just have liked the VWDRC Facebook page. Hopefully you'll come and join us and start watching these and getting to know our racers just a little bit more, instead of just turning up to the track going, "Look at that yellow Lupo, that's fast." And someone will go, "That's Paul Jackson. He's a seaman.
He's quick, not fast."
Quick, not fast.
In that case,
don't worry, this time next year, I can just say I'll have both of them.
I'm convinced. Reckon I'll still have you at the top end. You can launch away all you like with your stock engine. Just don't do that. Try not to fire it at me half track, yeah?
There's some fighting talk here, isn't there?
There's always fighting talk. It's because we all feel confident.
It's because we've had a successful year. I mean, the rail is out. The rail is working. That's how many 10 years of work nearly.
Yeah.
To get that thing unwrapped, put together.
No, it wasn't 10 years. It was 10 years ago we unwrapped it. The first 4 years, it sat down the side of the house in a trailer.
Well, you're slow at unwrapping things.
You don't want to get too excited. But then we slowly chipped away and we got it done. We got a few winter mods to do this year. You picked up the concrete for me yesterday. So we'll start doing that very soon.
And how long did it take to get how long have you had the Lupo now?
I bought that in 2016. So yeah, that's been 5 years chipping away at it. You know, first run in the car with me ever, towed off, broke it straight away, into the ring. Having come down from Glasgow with it as well. That was quite annoying. Yeah, it's been alright. I've used the little turbo for a bit. That went quite well, and then just started breaking a lot of stuff. Yeah, engines.
Did the Lupo go quicker than the Golf with the small turbo?
Yeah. Only marginally. It was like a couple of tenths. I think I did 10. I did 12.3, I think, in the Golf, and 12.1 in the Loop.
Do you still have that little turbo setup?
Yeah.
Keeps it in his pocket. It's so small.
So the matchbox in the drawer.
If you've still got all that set up, then technically all we need is a 20 valve, and we could put it in TUS. And Carl said he'd wire it up for us, and then we got a car. We could finish a car.
No, I might have the turbo, but it's in bits because it's cracked. Those little turbos didn't like that much boost and that much nitrous.
Can it not be welded?
It's cast, isn't it, the manifold? Well, like not manifold, the hot side. It might well be a stock hot side. I emailed BBT about it, and they said nothing in reply. So I was like, fine, chuck it in the box and
do you still have the ECU and the injectors and stuff?
Got a lot, yeah. Well, it's only a stock ECU and some.
We should make plans with this.
What do you mean? Let's try and build a spare car in case one of ours breaks.
Yeah, imagine that.
You're always pretty good at making plans. Plans are fine.
When do we get that?
It's the next stage.
Well, the thing is, plans involve going to the unit, looking at the car, then we go to the pub and Turkish, and then we forget about it for a few months, and then we repeat.
I've moved house twice since we bought that car. And I was in one of them for 3 years.
Well, I mean,
really?
I don't know how many years we've had it now. Probably coming on to 4 years. It's been sat in the unit.
It's got to be. Hang on. Yeah, it must be. It must have been the end of 17.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's a nice car. So if anyone who's watching that wants a nice caged Mark V Golf, then it is always available for sale. If not, it'll just sit in the unit, and eventually we will do something with it.
And eventually it'll start going up in value. It'll be the only Mark V Golf left. It'll be worth £1 million.
Yeah. Well, it's got a nice paint job as well, so it just looks good. It's just got the cover on it in the corner, and it stays there looking lovely.
It does, yeah. Fully caged GTI looking, drag car. Just needs some interest.
Gordon's watching in the comments.
A bit of time.
He said we should K20 it. I have no problem with that.
You can do it. You like when you buy it, Gordon.
In fact, I think it was there's I don't know if you've seen on YouTube Adam Beard with the twin engine Corsa.
Yeah,
he's building a Mark III Polo Coupe, but with a K24 normally aspirated engine.
Yeah, I've seen that. Adam's does some good stuff, doesn't he? Cool.
Yeah. So I kind of saw, as soon as I saw that, I was like, prod.
Yeah.
I was like, did you know you can race that in competition with us, even though it's got a Honda engine? We do not care. It has a VW body. Come and race.
Absolutely.
So hopefully he's going to get that done, and he's going to come and race with that next year.
That's cool.
Next year or this year?
Well, probably next year. The amount of projects he's got, although he actually does his projects.
What? That's a weird idea.
I know.
Buying car parts, fit into the car in a timely fashion. Weird.
I know.
That'll never catch up.
I said for 2022,
to mature in a corner.
My resolution with this year was to drive a Golf. That's my New Year's resolution. A Golf.
I can make that happen for you.
Oh, can you? Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Just cross my palm with silver.
Hey, you still got that red one you're pretending to sell. Like he's got his one he's pretending to build.
I've got two red ones. One I'm pretending to build and one I'm pretending to sell.
I've just got two I'm pretending to build.
Two? Another secret car. What else you bought?
Well, you know, we just everyone has secret cars, don't they?
Yeah, but you've got super secret cars.
Oh yeah, because that works on camera.
Don't tell anybody about this obvious secret.
That's it. Matt Bennett Time says a unicorn. No unicorn. There is no time, no date, and also no race car. So
unicorn is defined by a car which is given a date to be on track and isn't. So in Vos's case, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, Polly's Wizard was that's the OG unicorn, isn't it? That was like 15 years ago. So if you give your car a date, it'll definitely be there, and then consequently isn't, then straight into the club.
That's it. I mean, it doesn't matter how long you're building a car. It's only if you specifically set a date and then you failed.
And the Unicorns Club is like the Hotel California. No one's getting out of that. It is.
Well, I don't know.
It's a struggle.
I left.
Yeah, but you never gave yours a date, did you?
Well, technically, no, I did technically. No, I never actually physically give it a date. Like today on New Year's Day, when you look at your memories, it's like, this is the year. This is the year. This is the year. And I'm like, that's a lot of this is the years. I failed many, many times. 2017,
I'll be running 10s in that Lupo. 2017, I was pushing it back into the garage for the bus engine again.
Oh, well, Jacob's disappeared. His phone has obviously died.
He's either run out of battery or signal or 5G or whatever they got.
Well, he's got his 5G, so he should have that all good. But again, right, anyway, like I said, we'll keep these nice and short. The aim is whenever we do these lives, it will hopefully be every 2 weeks. We'll try and keep them under an hour. We don't want to take up all of your time. But of course, thank you very much. Our sponsors for this year, as I try and play with all the buttons at the same time, headline sponsors: Hangar 30, Darkside Developments, White Label, The Car Kitchen, Artec Performance, Pro Race Engineering, CG Motorsport, and GP Turbos. Thank you very much to all those wonderful people who sponsored, and of course, our associate sponsors there as well. Right then, Paul, it was short, it was sweet.
It was.
And I think that's going to work perfectly. We don't want to take up everyone's time chatting for 2 hours. I think an hour, 45 minutes to an hour is perfect. If we've got two guests, probably we'll go to an hour nice and easily.
Yeah.
I mean, we did 55 with just the three of us.
Yeah. If anybody does want to appear, give us a shout. We'll get you in, talk about you, talk about your car. Yeah, in a similar fashion. Take the piss out a little bit. That sort of thing.
That's kind of what we do, isn't it? But yeah, of course, if you have not renewed your VWDRC membership yet, you have until midnight tonight at the 2021 price, which is £15 for your whole year's full membership.
20.
If you leave it till tomorrow, it'll be £25 for full membership or £15 for an associate membership. Obviously, if you're planning on racing or you want to be involved fully, then I'm lost. I got confused. It's because this person come back again. But
where are you?
We were trying to close it, and you've come back again. Did you want to say goodbye, Jacob?
It was so unlike you, Jacob, to leave early.
No, I'm good. I'll disappear.
Yeah, On that note, ladies and gentlemen, have an awesome New Year's Day. Jacob Bailey has left the room early. Paul, you win the internet today.
Thank you.
Get your memberships done. Catch you later.
See you later, guys.